Hey, I'm Spenser.
And I'm Britton.
Since 2011, Buckethead has released 290 albums, 290, in his Pikes series, and we're going to listen to them.
3 at a time.
This is Getting Head.
Welcome, bots, slogs, slonks, friends, and Bucketheads. This is episode 41 of Gettin Head, a Bucketcast.
Hell yeah. Let's name people that we think might be 41.
Pooh, good question. 41. So people a little bit older than us. So
I'm going to guess
the
Nathan Fielder.
Yeah, the oldest of millennials are definitely like 41. So yeah, Nathan Fielder. Yeah, definitely. I love Nathan Fielder. Nathan,
I love him too.
Huge
yeah,
shout
he's
out.
Amazing.
Literally the best comedy show ever made.
What
Ever.
is?
Nathan For You.
Oh,
in my opinion.
It's really something.
I honestly don't think there's ever been a better comedy show. Maybe Mr. Show, in my opinion, but like fucking Nathan For You is one of those shows that never gets old.
Bold takes in a squeaky chair from Britt Straw.
Yeah, squeaky chair don't care. Suck my dick.
No. I would also agree. I think that Nathan Fielder is really great. He's one of those people that I bring up, like when I'm first like talking to people, meeting people, like making friends with people. Like Nathan Fielder, Nathan For You is something that I bring up. I'm like, what do you think of Nathan For You? Because if they're like, yes, he's a genius, I'm like, yeah, okay, we're gonna get along. Like,
yeah, your pussy's trash. This is gonna rock.
Yeah, I know a lot of women who think he is so attractive. Like,
I mean, he's fucking funny, and like funny is attractive to people.
But he's like funny in this like next level kind of way because he's so serious and he never breaks character.
No, he doesn't. He's like he is one of the most consummate like professional comedians I've ever seen. For just like joke delivery, I really want to be as dead inside as he seems.
He really seems to be the deadest person
so, like,
ever.
I do wonder if it's like all a character or if he's just like deeply clinically depressed but knows exactly how to weaponize that for the best comedy possible.
I truly think that in his case, because of how like extreme he is, I think it is a character. I think he's just a fucking psycho. Like, I think that he can just do that for some reason. That's his superpower. He can just say and do these insanely outrageous things with no reaction.
Yeah, I mean, some people have it. Going back even to like Andy Kaufman, like character comedy is probably like one of my favorite forms of comedy. Like just
a great form of comedy. Yeah, I mean,
just a person being weird, and that's it.
Like I would say, I'm a big fan of Sacha Baron Cohen. As well.
absolutely. And
like he's
personally
a genius.
Personally, I'll have to come up with a new recommendation for later. But I've been watching a whole lot of my personal favorite character comedian, Neil Hamburger. Played by Greg Turkington lately.
Yeah.
I have been watching a lot of Neil Hamburger. A few weeks ago, you suggested you're like, like your jokes are like the jokes I do in Bucketjokes at the end of the show, like are all like Neil Hamburger jokes, and I'm like, they are.
I did say that.
I should watch Neil Hamburger and rip off his material.
I'm pretty sure that was when we were like walking to the falafel place where I didn't buy you a falafel.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that was the conversation we had. Yeah, it just like broke my brain too much. I couldn't remember to buy you a falafel.
It's good.
No, like, okay. So, will you please explain who Neil Hamburger is for those who don't know?
Okay, this is kind of difficult to explain, but Neil Hamburger is a comedian, a humorist, and singer. I'm not kidding. He's done shows that are like half song, but he is a character comedian. So like much in the style of like Andy Kaufman. I mean, he has jokes, and his jokes are like amazing. They have like a setup and a full punchline. In a way, they are a lot like the jokes I tell on here. They're like, because a lot of comedians now especially don't really have like traditional jokes,
Yeah, I would say like the closest to that is maybe like a John Mulaney.
Yeah, John Mulaney is pretty good, but he is also like a storyteller, and he does a lot of like observational stuff, but he does at least like 50% of his jokes actually do have a traditional like setup, middle, punchline kind of like format. For sure. Which is awesome.
Yeah. And that is a dying breed, so to speak. It's unusual because most comedy is like informal statements.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's just like observation. It's just like, oh, here's what I kind of believe, or here's something weird. I'm going to point out how weird that is.
I'm taking something normal and I'm reframing it through my weird perspective, and it's funny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Whereas he just like shits on things. Like, this awesome.
Yes. So Neil Hamburger's jokes, though, are often, I feel like, anti-jokes. They have a joke structure, but they, in some cases, just don't have punchlines. Or if they do have punchlines, it's like a subversion of what you would expect.
Yeah, like the punchlines are just like oftentimes just meant to be like nothing but shock value. Like, and it's amazing. Like, yeah. Oh, God. His jokes are so good.
Yeah, we had an interesting conversation about Neil Hamburger the other day, and you told me that the person... So you actually said something in passing while you were saying something else that actually kind of blew my mind. Mm-hmm. You said that Neil Hamburger is Greg Turkington.
Correct.
I didn't know that.
From On Cinema at the Cinema. Yeah. One and the same person. Yep.
I did not know that.
Really?
That actually kind of breaks my brain a little bit.
So, yeah.
Because I know who those people are in separate, but I never put together that they were the same person.
Right. Exact same person. And so he's actually
That makes so much sense.
He's been playing the character of Neil Hamburger since the early 90s. Although, if you listen back to Neil Hamburger's like first several albums, he actually doesn't really adopt the character of like the old cranky guy who's like, what? Like, he doesn't adopt that voice or that character or anything until like the early 2000s. He's got like half a dozen albums where he just sounds like Greg Turkington, which is super interesting. And the humor isn't nearly as like fucking anti-humor, and it is in a way, but it's very much like weird character humor. Last night I listened to a great album called Neil Hamburger Left for Dead in Malaysia, and I think it was released in 1999. And the idea of the album is his manager books him a show in Malaysia, and so he goes there, and within the first several minutes of the show, he realizes that nobody there seeing the show speaks any English, and all of his jokes are English. So he's like, oh, gosh, all right, well, I've just been talking to you for a while. Let me see if I can translate some of these. Let me get my my little language book out here. No, there's no good translations for AIDS, so I can't do that one. Just like...
That's pretty good.
Just, jokes that aren't jokes at all, but they're still funny, Like, it's so good.
That's pretty great. I like that.
Yeah.
It's fun to revisit. Like, so, like you in a way, and actually like inspired by you in some ways. Like, I used to listen to a lot of comedy, like a lot of comedy. Like, there was a period in my life where like I was listening to a comedy album or two a day, every day.
I was definitely doing that for a while too. I specifically recall several times, like, like the band driving around in my car, and I just put on comedy albums instead of music. And
like early
you were
on,
cool
like
with that,
when we
but
were
like
young,
Justin would be like,
teenagers.
we should listen to Metallica, and I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, when we were young, when we were teenagers, like, you definitely showed me a lot of comedy stuff, and like that definitely got me kind of down that path. And comedy's so great. It's really fantastic.
It is.
And
it's a great...
listening to people that are true masters of their craft is something that's truly inspiring and really compelling. It's great.
So speaking of which, I made the decision yesterday while I was just walking around. I'm going to make a go at stand-up comedy.
I've been telling you to do this for a long time.
Have you? Oh, well.
Like, yeah, I told you to do this when you were like 20.
Yeah,
I was like, you should do stand-up, dude.
I already just don't take anything seriously, and I don't know, I'm always just like performing for a laugh because life is pain and dumb and meaningless. So why don't I like try to, make people pay me to do that?
Oh, I'm so into it. I'm glad that you're saying it here too. I hope you leave it on the podcast because I need you to actually follow through. Brett.
Oh yeah, no.
I need you to do it. I mean, it's gonna be great.
I edit the show, so I can always just take this right out.
Well, you know what? That's true. Okay. And
it's all up to me.
I still am going to hold you to it.
Okay.
I want you to do it. See, I've been wanting you to do it for a long time because, like I said, you're funny and sad, and you have those two qualities that are intrinsic in every good comedian.
It's the yin and yang of comedy.
Parts light and dark.
Well, yeah,
of which you have a lot.
You got to be. There's the funny and then the sad, and then like the little dot up here is masturbating in front of people. And,
yeah, like a regular Louis C.K.
Yeah, there's the unreverse Louis, reverse Louis C.K.
That's pretty good. I like that a lot. That's nice. Yeah.
What's up with you, Spenser? What's going on, dog?
Well, as you can see, I'm in a different room from last week. So I swapped rooms in my house. Mm-hmm. I decided that this room was not the best bedroom. It would be a better project room, of which, after moving the shit, I completely agree. It's so much fucking better. There's so much more room in here. Yeah. It's great. I can have all my shit in here and still have room left over. It actually doesn't really look like it in the camera feed, but there's actually quite a lot of free space in this room.
And I think
it's wonderful.
I'm imagining like what you kind of thought at first was like, oh, I want my bedroom to kind of be the bigger area. That way I can like have all my stuff in one place. But like the whole house is like can be your bedroom, and that's where all your stuff goes.
I actually ended up part of one of the weird things I ended up doing in like reorganizing where my stuff is going is my dresser is in the living room now.
That's cool. I mean,
and you know what? Like that's just the only spot where it fits, and it actually doesn't. It doesn't look weird. It looks fine.
No. And the thing is, like, my dresser's in my room, but 9 out of 10 times I'm dressing in the living room anyway. Like I'm putting on clothes while doing something else in the living room and hoping that someone's looking through my sliding glass door at my dong.
You want that to happen.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the only reason you have big windows is so you can fucking exhibit your dong.
It's been difficult with the big windows because like my old place also had big windows, but this new place has big windows that are not opaque at all. Like my old place had opaque windows where people could kind of see in. So I got the where I ordered the little like plastic coverings to do that myself, but I haven't gotten them yet. And so I've had to learn to be a little careful in the sense that I've definitely walked by multiple of those windows completely naked multiple times.
No, that's what you do. And so it's like, hey, it's like, oh my God, why are you walking around your house naked? Hey, why are you looking in my fucking window at my dong? Like that's the better question of the two. So truly,
you
always have the upper
more
hand
inspired question
when you're naked in your own home. Like,
yeah, you got to be able to do that. You know, it's something that's really nice. Having more space, honestly, in my new place, like has inspired me to take advantage of that in more ways, you know? By that, I mean, like, being naked all the time. Like, that's super great.
You should just make photocopies of your dong and put them on every window.
I could do that. And then you'd be like, well, you're looking through my window anyway.
You're going to see my dong no matter what.
Yeah. Dong guarantee.
Put a big, like, poster board of it, like, on your porch.
Yes. Oh, I could do that. I could hang weird signs from my porch that people could see. I could hang signs that say like eat more kale or something.
Yeah. Oh, you mean just steal a sign from fucking Whole Foods?
Oh yeah, sure. Okay.
That's what you're talking about doing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That makes sense. I had to go to Whole Foods the other day. I hate Whole Foods so much, but they have the oat milk I like, so I go there, and I kind of hate that I do that.
You're not on the good oat milk yet, are you? You're still drinking like Oatley or some shit, aren't you?
Bro, Oatley is really good.
It is.
I hate Oatley. I'm on the record of despising Oatley as a company. They're garbage and dog shit.
Oatley is
but their oat milk is sick.
Their oat milk is good. However,
the full fat, sick as hell.
However, minor figures is categorically better every single way.
You've said that. I've looked. Dude, I've never seen that particular brand anywhere.
Good. You know what? I'm gonna hook you up. I'm gonna get you both the regular and the barista blend of the minor figures, and it's gonna rock your dick straight out your asshole.
I mean, I'm going to hold you to that sentence right there.
So if it doesn't,
I don't
do that
find
to
my
you,
dick just coming out of my ass at some point. Like, I'm going to be really
Spenser,
upset.
Like, if it doesn't make your dick come out of your asshole, I'll make my dick come into your asshole. Is that fair?
What? How is that? How are those equivalencies? Like,
there's cum in dicks involved. All right, I'm not a mathematician here. Okay,
I just mix and match. Okay,
I was never good at algebra. I'm just like throwing together letters and plus signs and hoping something works. All right.
Ass plus dicks equals cum.
Yeah, that's about right. Either that or like the next.
That's the Pythagorean theorem right there.
Well, yeah. Ass squared plus butt squared equals cock squared, baby.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so like having more space has been really interesting. Here I am. I'm in the other bedroom now, which is like really great. I'm excited to see the possibilities of the space.
The studio.
I'm going to start calling it the studio once I get the proper acoustic treatment in here and it actually like sounds good.
True.
Then I'm going to be like
what I have for foam, because I mean we can use the foam for something. If anything, it'll be good for like the ceiling, because we can't really hang any heavy soundproofing from the ceiling. So,
sure.
Yeah. I'll still bring that along. I think I have 16 panels left.
Okay.
And they're like I want to say 11 by 11. So we at least covered door part of the ceiling or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Yeah, a lot of people got back to me on Facebook, so I haven't looked at all their messages yet, but I'm gonna do that when we get done here, and maybe go pick some of that shit up tomorrow. Yeah. Start getting this place looking almost ready to go.
Yeah, I'm free tomorrow if you need any help or anything.
Tight.
Oh yeah, or if you need to borrow my enormous vehicle to haul anything that's probably too big for you.
Actually, would you be willing to help me get a couch?
Yeah, I'd be down.
Okay.
If you want to throw me like some gas money. Yeah.
Of course.
Sure.
Because, yes, 100%.
Soundproofing's one thing.
Actually, I will hit you up.
A couch will involve my back, so I want money for that.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And I'm not going to get a huge couch. Like, don't worry about that. It's going to be, like, not enormous.
Don't you dare get an IKEA couch. I will never sit down in your fucking house.
I'm buying a couch used. Okay. Oh, my God. Okay, so cut all of that out before this, but I have something else to say here. Okay. All right. So... All right, we got to talk about something here. What the fuck? Why are goddamn couches so goddamn expensive? I just moved into a new place. I have a space for a couch now. Couches are too fucking expensive. And people's expectations of cost of couch is outrageous.
Well, here's the problem. Fast furniture has ruined couch expectations for everybody, because the first couch anyone ever owns is going to be like an IKEA couch, at very best West Elm couch, and those motherfuckers are goddamn garbage. They're fucking futons. They're futons that don't turn into beds.
Yes. And or in some cases they do, but they just
in some cases they do, but
couches.
even still, like, no matter what, they're still uncomfortable. They're still just like a slab of barely upholstered like leather. It's fucking garbage. It's garbage furniture. It all belongs in the fucking dump. If your couch doesn't have legitimate cushions, your couch is fucking garbage. All right? And that's
all right.
I have very strong couch feelings.
I do too, and like so now that I've been looking at couches, I've been looking at couches on all the different apps. I've got Facebook Marketplace, I've got Craigslist, and I got OfferUp, and I've just been kind of going.
Pretty cool. I like OfferUp a lot.
OfferUp is pretty good, and I was talking to a dude on OfferUp today who like. I was just asking him legit questions about the couch and whatnot, and then he was like, "Oh, I just sold it to somebody else." I was like, "Well, then why the fuck were you talking to me? Like, what the fuck?"
Because just in case this other shit fell through, I don't know. Like, sometimes you know when I'm selling something, I'll get like multiple questions from multiple people who actually just never even bid on anything, and I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, what?
Sure.
Like all of the answers I gave you were positive and made the thing more desirable, and okay, whatever."
Yeah, but yeah, the couches I've been seeing online are fucking crazy. Like the range of expectation. I saw a couch on Facebook Marketplace, and it was like a small sectional, meaning like part of it was like a chaise, and then like it was like 2 seats, with like cushions. So it was like small sectional.
I'm sorry.
And,
can we go back real quick there?
Yeah,
a chaise.
Isn't that what it's called?
I believe it's a chaise.
Is that different enough for me to actually care?
Es and A's? Yeah. Do you
chaise,
do you use mayonnaise on sandwiches or mayonnaise?
I use mayonnaise. I don't know about you.
Is that what you call your cum?
No. That goes in the other part, the other container in the freezer.
That's the ice cream. Ice cream. Ours cream.
Distressing. But I saw this couch, right, and it was like fucked up. It was all the cushions were like torn up, and like all the sides couch. Of it, like a cat had like obviously scratched at it, and it was like all like torn up and like shitty looking. It was all fucked up, and they wanted $495 for that couch, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You motherfuckers! Like, fuck you! Like that is not even a free couch. It was all like stained and shit. Dude, people are fucking crazy with couches. I don't get it.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, a lot of these people, and you see this a lot on online marketplaces, and like, especially a lot on eBay, is people have such a sunk cost fallacy built into whatever they do, like a literal sunk cost. Like,
yeah, truly,
because they probably bought that couch for $2,000. Now it's worth less than $100, but they put so much goddamn money into that thing new that they think it's like a used car where they can actually flip it for a decent amount of money. Although a couch and a car are two super different things. As long as a car works, somebody will want it.
Yeah.
Couches aren't, it works and it doesn't. Couches are, that's still a nice couch, or that couch is a fucking war zone. And no one wants
the farts ruined it.
Yeah. No one wants the fucking refugee couch. Nobody. Because there's good couches out there for the same price.
Exactly. No, exactly. Right? That is actually very well put. And that's what I've been thinking about as I've been looking at these insane couches. Like, the prices are all over the mark, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
no.
some of them are like really reasonable people that are like, yeah, this couch, I paid a lot of money for it, but whatever, $50, come and take it. And like, then there's the opposite end of the spectrum where it's like, it's fucked. But they're like, oh, but I spent so much money. Here, like, please, give me $400 for this piece of shit. And it's like, dude, nah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
nah.
Right. Yeah, God. And people just, like, don't have any fucking foresight. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna, like, I have 4 cats. So, yeah, I'm gonna get, like, a leather couch, but it's gonna be pleather. I'm like, no, like, leather might hold up to fucking cat's claws. Pleather, that's fucking polyurethane. Like, I can puncture that with my fucking dick.
I've personally witnessed polyurethane be ruined by cats so many times.
Dude, I've ruined it with a shoulder bag. Like, polyurethane is garbage material that deteriorates very quickly regardless of the quality of the polyurethane.
Yeah, that's why I like cloth. But cloth also, I feel like if you buy a cloth couch, it's like, that's your couch.
Yeah, forever.
Until it, forever. Until you want to give it away and get another one.
And if, if you buy someone else's cloth couch, it's haunted by the spirits of all of their body fluids.
Yeah, that's true.
And nobody wants that.
I know, and like that's the part I don't like. Like, I want a new couch because I don't want someone's old fart couch. Like, I just don't want it.
A good new couch is gonna cost you
$800
plus. $800 plus. Even a good love seat.
I know, it's fucked. Yeah. It's absolutely fucked. Yeah, no, you're looking at least $800-900 for something.
So you know decent. What? You know what actually might be your cheapest route to go?
Tell me.
Is just getting a free, super fucked up couch and just finding someone to reupholster it. Because the cool thing about reupholstery is it's a skill they teach in prisons. And so there's no such thing as like really expensive upholstery, because like all the people who do upholstery are very good at it, highly skilled, have been doing it for years, but they also just got out of the joint, so their labor is super devalued, which is kind of awesome in a terrible way.
That's a terrible thing.
It's good for
like
furniture
shit.
buyers. Bad for people of color,
sure,
disadvantaged people, poor people, anyone who's just needlessly targeted by the cops. So anyone that isn't white.
Yeah, bad times. No, I thought about that, but also that's a lot of work too. Yeah. I don't know. The couch situation is an ongoing saga. I'm going to figure it out. I've got to get a couch. Now that I know that you're available to help me move a couch, it's going to help me. I'm going to find one soon. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. It's going to be all right. Britt.
Spenser.
I hate that I have to ask you this, Britt, but
why? What do you
can you hit us with a bucket fact?
I would love to hit you with a bucket fact. Never hate that.
Bucket fact, 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 bucket fact.
Today we're going to talk about the history of Buckethead music videos.
Ooh.
Oddly enough, Buckethead has only ever had 2 commercial music videos made from his solo discography.
Okay.
The first was The Ballad of Buckethead from Monsters and Robots. The one with the vocals of Les Claypool on it. It was a song that like kind of really broke Buckethead. During the 1999 to 2000 tour that Primus did, they brought Buckethead along, and they would stop like in the middle of their show to play The Ballad of Buckethead, and Buckethead would come out and like rip over it.
That sounds pretty sick. We should watch a video of that.
Oh, we should. Yeah, no, I'm surprised you haven't seen it. I've watched several live videos of it, and it's super fun, to be honest. Like,
sounds rad.
You know me. I am unfortunately Les Claypool, but I also hate Les Claypool in a lot of ways.
I think that's what it means to be Les Claypool, like in a way, it's like this oversaturation of Les.
And I feel like to know Les Claypool is to hate him. I feel like if you like Les Claypool, you don't truly understand Les Claypool, because Les Claypool, more than anybody, hates Les Claypool.
These are some really bold statements.
Yeah, so if you like Les Claypool, you fundamentally disagree with Les Claypool's worldview.
Exploding brain emoji.
Some galaxy brain ass shit right here, dog. Straight up. I've been reading a lot of philosophy and thinking about Claypool. It's been my thing lately. Yeah, he was in Ballad of Buckethead from Monsters and Robots. I'm going to edit out all these coughs. The second video he was in was for Spokes for the Wheel of Torment off of the Cuckoo Clocks of Hell. And then finally, I don't know if I'd qualify it as music video, but in 2018, he released his DVD 1031, which features a bunch of animation from Frankensoos, who we've talked about previously here.
Oh, yeah.
And there are animated videos with like animated Buckethead in there of his music. So I might consider some of those music videos as well, but they were never really released commercially. The other 2 were actually played on like MTV, VH1, and stuff like that.
Nice.
Aside from this, Buckethead has appeared on at least 24 other music videos that are not his solo material.
Interesting.
Including several from Praxis, several from Primus, like half a dozen of them with Bootsy Collins, a couple with Travis Dickerson, the keyboardist who he works with frequently, including on with Death Cube K. A video with Buckethead and Friends featuring Serge Takanon, which also, I don't know, you could consider that one also in his solo discography, but I kind of consider Buckethead and Friends different from Buckethead, you know? Several. He did several with the Corn Bugs, one with Freak Bass, several with the Deli Creeps. And he's even on a featurette. It's not exactly a music video, but features his music and some other music he worked on in the video, where he's tracking guitar for John Carpenter's Ghost of Mars.
That's so fucking sick.
I didn't know he did guitar for that. He did do guitar, right? He worked with John Carpenter.
Britt, we have to rewatch Ghost of Mars. I watched it maybe like 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. It's been a while. Yeah. No, that one's been a bit, and I always confuse it with like parts of Pitch Black because they're kind of similar in tone, I feel. Although they're very different in color palette. I feel like Ghost of Mars was a very red film, whereas very
Pitch Black was very like blue and purplish.
Yeah.
But thematically kind of similar. But so that's the history of Buckethead in music videos.
Bucket fact.
Sick. I like that. That was a great bucket fact. I appreciate that.
Thanks, dog.
I feel educated and enlightened, Britt. Ready to talk about our Pikes this week.
Hell yeah. We listened to 3 more Pikes this week. Pikes 121, 122, and 123. Shaded Ray, The Other Side of the Dark, and Scroll of Vegetable, respectively.
Such an incredible album title.
I really love Scroll of Vegetable.
Oh my God, it's so good.
So Scroll of Vegetable, that has to be about egg rolls, right? Or maybe he got
spring rolls, maybe.
Yeah, or maybe he like just got because this is around he did these all in 2015. I think this is around the time the pasta spiralizer or vegetable spiralizer, where you make like zucchini pasta and shit like that.
Yeah,
I think that's around when that kind of came out.
Do you think he got one of those things and was just like doing it and was like, it's like a scroll of a vegetable?
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, at least when I'm high, that's like, I'm thinking like scroll of vegetable has got to be egg roll. It's like an egg roll, egg scroll, vegetables all up in that bitch.
Sure.
Or, like a scroll. What's a scroll do? It like unrolls, unravels. And how do you unravel a vegetable? You fucking spiralize that bitch.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. That's true. Mm-hmm. You're not wrong.
Hell no. I thought about this. I meditated on this today, dog.
You clearly
meditated. Zen moment.
Well, Pike 121.
Shaded Ray released on March 19th, 2015, which is going to be March 19th? That's the same day as the last Pike.
Wow.
Yeah, Lousinger.
Yeah.
Lousinger.
This one starts off with a pretty cool, like, song. I think okay, this one's a weird one.
Really? You think it's that weird? I think it's pretty normal.
It's pretty standard. No, okay. No. It's not that weird. Weird is the wrong word. I guess what I meant to say is that it is a fairly standard Bucket work in that it starts off with melodic guitar rock, which leads into a very, very long melodic guitar solo. Mm-hmm. And then there's a second part of the album that's more like greasy rock stuff.
It's greasy-ish. I mean,
greasy-ish
I feel
rock.
It has a lot of, I know what you're talking about. And I think it's like, I'd say the first song, which is like the first half of the album, Shaded Ray, is like this super, what I call like hopeful rock. It's like this alt rock where he does a whole lot of, like major thirds and major sevenths in all of his chords, basically. He does power chords, and he does a lot of like 1, 2, 3, and 1, 3, 4, and 1, 4, 5. And like, that's pretty much it. Just like very major chord sounding like, this is going to be a good day type rock and roll.
He does do a lot of that. And he like, I think that the opening riff in this song is actually like probably the most compelling part of it. The opening riff is really
Shaded
cool.
Ray is really nice. It's pretty
like, it's a really nice, like picked, like, so it's like an arpeggiated chord type thing with distortion. Yeah. And it sounds real good. It sounds really good. And it's a cool, like, emotive way to start the song. And then it just becomes a really long guitar solo, which I did like as well, but I liked that
the guitar solo wasn't bad.
Opening to it a lot more than I liked the rest of it. Like, I feel like it was really compelling to start.
Yeah. Overall, I thought this was a pretty good showing from Buckethead. It was it felt contiguous and it had a flow to it, although it did feel like, it had the diversity of kind of the two, almost like an A and a B side to it, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Which I dug. It was
no, it was diverse. It was fun. I would say this is not an essential pike, but it's probably an above average pike.
Yeah, and I really liked the album art. It's like a kind of a
me
European dragon, but with Buckethead's head.
Yeah, it's real great. Yeah, there's a bit of a controversy about that. We'll get to in a later segment.
Oh, okay, interesting. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Overall, I would definitely say this is an above average pike. There were no specific moments that really stood out to me, and there was nothing amazing that that set it apart from the other pikes and the other pikes of its kin.
I would agree with that. Like, I did really like that opening riff in that song. Mm-hmm. Like, I would say that is one of my favorite moments of the pikes this week, but even with that, I don't think that this is the best pike of this week. But it is good. But it is not a disappointment.
It was average or better.
Average or better.
Yeah, overall, I'd say it should definitely, it's really nice and hopeful, feel goody. So it should definitely be in like a public place in the park, but nothing like. Yeah, it's not super compelling that it shouldn't be anything major or anything hectic or anything like that. I'm going to say this goes around where they make cotton candy and serve it in a bucket.
That's sick as fuck. I love that idea. Okay, so I remember going to the Alaska State Fair a lot growing up, and one of my most favorite things about the Alaska State Fair was getting big old bags of cotton candy.
Oh, hell
I love cotton candy. And there was this one particular vendor that did like a bunch of different flavors of cotton candy, which like I'm still not convinced were actually different flavors. But
no, they're all sugar. They're all
but they did list a lot of different flavors, and it was always fun to try them. I do remember banana tasting sort of like artificial banana flavor, which was nice.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to fake artificial banana. Artificial banana is the fucking goat, dude.
Yeah, I'm a fan of artificial banana.
I love it.
Some people are probably going to be mad hearing that, and it's okay.
You know
You're
what? Those
like
people are
stuff.
fucking haters, and they're literally yucking your yum, Spenser. And you know what? I'm okay with shitting on things, but
clearly,
mostly just Sublime in their music, but
cool air quotes.
Music. I hate music.
Excellent. No, that sounds good. I think that's a good spot for that to be in the park. A little bit differently, Pike 122.
Yeah, this one was a little bit darker, kind of more diverse, a little bit more.
Yeah.
All over the place,
and also like a definitely like moody kind of post-rocky feel.
Very moody, yeah. So
throughout a lot of it,
especially like when it comes to like leads and stuff. There's a whole lot of wah pedal on here, a lot of like kind of angsty blues riffing. I'd say not blues, but like blues rock. Pretty good. It's definitely a big change from Shaded Ray. By the way, this one was released 2 days after, on March 21st, 2015.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely a change of pace after that one. I liked this one quite a bit, actually. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was, I'd say this week the Pikes got progressively better.
I agree with that.
121 was good, 122 was better, and 123 was my favorite this week, straight up.
Same, big same.
But the other.
Oh my God, I forgot, Britt. Okay, well, I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta talk in regards to Shaded Ray.
Yeah.
I played in a metal band called Shaded Enmity for a couple of years.
Yeah,
and
you did.
That's like a very like unique name, and I feel like I don't see the word shaded a lot. So like when I do see it, I like to bring that up because that was a fun.
So actually, would you like to explain this to me? You played in this band for years.
Okay,
what the fuck?
I guess go ahead.
What the fuck does Shaded Enmity mean?
Enmity. It's ENMITY. Enmity.
I don't care. What does it mean?
Hey, you corrected me earlier. I'm going to correct you. I don't know. Enmity is like you dislike a dislike of someone or whatever, and like shaded, I guess, would be like you're coming at them like sus, but like not too sus.
Oh, so like cloak and dagger shit.
Cloak and dagger shit. Yeah, totally. That's it.
So they're a band from like around Seattle, and their name literally means passive aggression. Totally not on brand, dog.
Super funny. No, that was a fun band to play in. I played a bunch of guitar solos on their last album. Mm-hmm. I didn't record anything else, but I did a bunch of guitar solos on it. So yeah, if you listen to that, that's me shredding. It's pretty cool.
Cool.
But that was funny. I playing in that band, I got to play some interesting shows. I played a show with Dark Tranquility. Really nice guys. They put on a good show. They are so tiny. They are tiny little guys.
Their vocalist is so tiny. I took a pee next to that dude when they played at Beato's 2? Beato's 2? 3. Beato's 3.
That's not Dark Tranquility, bro. You're thinking of a different...
Are you sure? Wait, no.
You were thinking of a different band. Dark Tranquility is a Swedish melodic death metal band.
I'm thinking of the one that was like...
Oh, you're thinking of... you're thinking of Darkest Hour.
Darkest Hour, that's the one. Okay, yeah.
Yes, we did play multiple shows with Darkest Hour. Yes.
Yeah. No, we did. Did we play that show at fucking Beato's 3? I know we played a Summer Meltdown with them, I think.
We played a Summer Meltdown with them. We also played with them at the Kincaid Bunker. Do you remember that show?
I don't think I was in the band at that
You
point.
were definitely in the band at that time. That was like, we smoked a bunch of weed before that show. I was so stoned when I left that show. I left my guitar in the parking lot, and then like it was just sitting in the parking lot. And so then I drove back, and like nobody had took it. So I was like, oh, holy fuck.
I mean that's actually like kind of a very common thing in the music world. Where do you think Other Side of the Dark should be in the park?
Oh, dude, Other Side of the Dark should be for the wedding chapel at Buckethead Land. This is the music that they play when people get married.
Why is that? It's kind of dark music for getting married.
It made me think of that. It made me think of people tying the knot, baby. Like, like staying pure until marriage, and then like getting down and dirty. Day one.
Saving ourselves
for marriage. Saving ourselves. So the baby carriage,
we're spinning ourselves until the moment's right. Saving ourselves for our wedding night.
What a banger.
That whole album slaps so fucking hard,
It
dude.
slaps so hard. It's
Anal
so
Cunt's
good.
Picnic of Love. So good.
You should listen to Anal Cunt's Picnic of Love. It's a truly beautiful piece of music. I'm not joking when I say that. Like, I'm laughing as I say it, but also, I mean it. It is beautiful.
It's
and
one
great.
of the most amazing pieces of, like, anti-comedy. Speaking of, like, character comedy, like Seth Putnam, he really committed to that character in the best way.
Like, I'm really bummed we didn't go and see them. Like, I remember the day that we were hanging out when they were playing. We hung out. We were like, we should go see Anal Cunt. And then we were like, no, let's get stoned.
It was like
and,
their third to last performance
instead. Like, we didn't. We fucking suck, Britt. We didn't see them.
It's okay.
Without like knowing him or talking to him, like I have no idea if that was just who he was or if he was really playing a character.
It has to have been who he was. Like the picture of him tying off with a microphone cord while shooting heroin and getting a blowjob from a hooker is
it's really incredible. It's one of the most incredible photos I've ever seen.
It is my favorite Renaissance painting.
Yeah.
There's like such a complete story being told in that one moment in time.
Yeah,
It's
truly,
incredible.
truly. Yeah, if you haven't seen that, listener, I guess I also recommend Googling Seth Putnam blowjob and seeing what comes up.
Or actually, an easier way to find it, actually, Google Seth Putnam live to suck.
Yeah.
Because there
Here,
was
let
a
me help
great-
you. Hey, Siri, Google Seth Putnam blowjob. I hope that triggered on your end.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
only
But yeah,
40
I don't know. Yeah,
he
this is a record that has wedding music on it, man. It's wedding music. I don't know. It just made me think of that, and I'm sticking with it because that's all I got.
Pike 123, Scroll of the Vegetable, released on March 28th, 2015, just 1 week, 7 days after Pike 122.
Is it Scroll of the Vegetable or Scroll of Vegetable?
It is Scroll of Vegetable, sorry.
Scroll of Vegetable. I liked this Pike quite a bit. This one was
Me
my favorite
too.
one of this week. We've already established
Definitely.
that, I know.
It is kind of like just a Buckethead speed metal album.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
like diverse. It's
Yeah,
diverse, though.
But,
like,
but it's still like I mean, like, you know, there's diverse speed metal albums. It's definitely a
Totally.
speed metal album
Yeah.
altogether, I'd say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's like some really fun, melodic, fast songs. There's some like catchy riffs. There's even like some really thrashy parts in it. There's some like groovier, bluesier, funkier stuff in it.
Yeah.
It's like it's heavy and thrashy and fun.
Yeah.
And-
Actually, I'd say it had a lot of flavors of like early to mid 90s Megadeth in a lot of ways.
Sure.
There's a
I would
lot
say
of-
early. I would say like 80s Megadeth.
Well, that's the thing
Like-
is there are those bluesy parts that are more like 90s Megadeth, and the more melodic parts, the slower parts that are definitely more 90s Megadeth. But like the speed metal
true.
parts are definitely like late 80s, early 90s Megadeth
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah, I'd say it kind of covers a spectrum of Megadeth in a way.
A spectrum.
Spectrum death. That's that's a type of autism.
Oh no. Mega spectrum.
That's that is
Where are you on the mega spectrum?
That's exactly what Dave Mustaine is diagnosed with.
He's definitely on the mega spectrum.
Hell yeah, dude.
And we recently learned bass player
Dave
what's his
Ellison?
name? Dave Ellison. Not on the mega spectrum, no longer.
No.
He jerked
I mean,
off too much.
He wasn't ever really on the mega spectrum. We've both seen his dick, so he's on the...
We did. You know, did we talk about that on here? Did we talk about the fact that we watched the video?
I watched it for like 2 seconds. I was like, okay, well now I've seen
Yeah, like,
Dave
but I
Ellison's
mean, I
dick.
watched him come a few times, you know?
Oh, so you watched like several of the videos then?
Yeah. I mean, like, well, I skimmed through them. Like, I wasn't...
Oh, you scrubbed them. Oh yeah,
I
okay.
scrubbed them.
Yeah,
I
you
wanted,
just-
I wanted to see the moments.
Yeah,
you know?
let me just bring this up in VLC, do a quick scrub. Okay, and there's the money shot. All right, number 2. Need to see more.
No,
of Dave
no. So I
Ellison's
actually
dick.
only watched the one video, the one that I sent you.
Oh, does he come multiple times or?
No, I think I just watched the same video.
Oh,
multiple times.
so when you say you've seen him come multiple times, you've seen him come one time multiple times.
Thanks for like really
That's-
drilling down there.
You know what?
You really,
I think that's worse, Spencer. I'm investigating this because like
I don't.
think
well,
that's
like you know what? Like here's the thing.
objectively-
You know what? You ultimately, I don't even remember because that tweet got deleted, right?
It did,
And so
yeah.
like I'm pretty sure. I mean, maybe I only watched it one time. I don't know. It's just like I feel like I watched it multiple times. Maybe it just like burned into my brain and replayed in my brain a bunch of times. I'm not sure.
And so
But it
well,
was
here's the thing
it was
too,
a
like,
traumatic event, you know.
I will say, whoever released those videos, I think, gosh, and it's really contingent on if he was like preying on her before she was 18. But actually, gosh, like the person who released those videos was kind of in the wrong. I think, like, unedited everything. Like they could have like released them to media or something, so it could be known that he definitely did this. But like just exposing pornography of people that they send between private parties of consensual age, like, that's not fucking okay. That's like revenge porn shit, and that's not okay with anybody.
Yeah. There's a lot of layers there.
There is. And so, like, yeah, and like, whereas, yeah, I just don't think it's okay, like, gosh, there's a lot of layers there, really.
A lot of layers.
Like, exposing
overall, though,
like
not good.
It's not good. It's bad for his
anyone.
image. Yeah, especially since, he's got kids and a family, and we don't know if there's an arrangement there or not. We assume there's probably not. And he was doing this extramaritally, which, like, who the fuck cares? He's a metal musician. Like, that's between him and his family. But it was fucking very public, and we've all seen his dick now. And
yeah,
so,
that's rough, dude. And like that's why, like, I think a while ago I said we were going to talk about more of the comments about that in like various segments on the show because it was kind of funny. And we did talk about it a little bit, but like part of the reason I didn't come back to it a bunch was because like there was just a lot of dumb comments where it was people that are just like oblivious to the fact that, like, dude, if you're trying to run a business and Megadeth is a business,
right?
Like, you can't have your shit associated with this.
No, we talked about that. We talked about that. And,
okay,
going back, because I remember this this conversation very specifically, because I edit all the shows and listen to them after I edit them.
Hey, Britt, do you edit the shows and listen to them after you edit them?
I absolutely do edit the shows and listen to them after I edit them. But
that's so good. I love that. Thanks, Britt.
When I edited the show and listened to it several times, and then listened to it after I edited it fully and put it out to the world, the most reasonable comment in that section when we were talking about that was from someone named, like, MAGA Mom 1776, she said, like, Dave Ellefson should have just, like, bowed out, said, "Hey, I need to take time to take care of my family," and just been like, "I'll be back." But he didn't do that, so Dave Mustaine made that choice for him. And both of us were like, "Fucking MAGA Mom? How is this reasonable, MAGA?"
Yeah, but that was the most reasonable comment because, like, that's obviously what happened.
Yeah,
and it's like, you can't have your shit associated with this bullshit,
No,
if your brand is just like, hey, we
optics.
make metal,
it's all optics.
Like, yeah, it's bad optics, dude. You don't want that. Like,
and you know what? If he would have just fucking bowed out, said, "I need to take care of my family," you know who would have backed him up there? Family people and people who were stoked that he was, like, potentially, like, fucking an 18-year-old. Like, everyone would have been like, "That's reasonable. You're a rock star with problems. Go take care of your problems and come back and be a rock star." Everyone would have liked that, but he didn't. And so the decision was made for him.
Yikes.
Right. So, and here's the thing, like, if we ever get big Spenser, I just need you to know
oh God. I don't want to be a part of your apology videos.
I'm not apologizing for anything. There's tons of jerk-off videos of me everywhere, but they were all, like, between very consensual parties, and no one was underage that I ever even knew anything about. Like, it's all above board, and, like...
Okay.
Trust me, we're good. We're good.
All right.
We're good. I done the research.
You love to see it. You love to research it. Speaking of which, I researched Scroll of Vegetable by listening to it.
Me too.
And it was pretty darn good.
It was a cool speed metal album for the most part.
Dude, it's got to be the soundtrack to a sick vegetarian restaurant at Buckethead Land.
No. You know what? No. You know what it is?
What?
It's a roller coaster, but all of the carts are shaped like vegetables. Like, you're getting a big cucumber with a bunch of people.
I like that.
Yeah.
And there's like
carrot.
An eggplant and a carrot and a kiwi.
Big potato.
Yeah.
Tuber. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah.
It would be cool if during part of the roller coaster they throw lettuce at you.
Oh yeah. So like a wind tunnel, but it's actually just a lettuce tunnel.
Yeah.
And it's a wind tunnel and a lettuce tunnel, and it's just like it's perpetually just like recycling all this lettuce. Maybe lettuce. yeah, lettuce is light, and so it's a good idea for that reason. But like, the problem is it wilts so easily, and so like, is there anything quite as light
gross.
that wouldn't like get so gross so quick?
Maybe cabbage.
Cabbage is pretty dense, and it also goes bad. I mean, not as quickly as lettuce. It's much better. Ooh, how about red cabbage?
Okay.
Maybe
red cabbage is pretty hardy.
Shredded red cabbage. Maybe just slaw 'em. Hit them with a slaw.
Yes, hit them with a slaw.
We are now entering the slaw tunnel.
Sick. Yeah, that sounds great. I'm here for that. 100%.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you hear about the new legislation concerning shredded cabbage, carrots, and onions?
Tell me.
They're calling it Cole's Law.
It's an early bucket joke, folks. You don't hear that
That's
too
a
often?
coleslaw joke. We keep those separate from the bucket jokes. I don't want my fucking bucket jokes tainted, okay? The coleslaw joke is dirty, and it stays on its own.
True, I agree.
Yep. Don't try to put the fucking coleslaw joke in my bucket jokes, okay, Spenser? That's fucked, dude. Like, seriously, bro? You're gonna...
I like that. I like this energy. Channel it. Because where we're going, you're gonna need it.
Oh yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where are we going, Spenser?
Into the bucket void.
Statements from the bucket void.
Bucket void.
No, oh my God. Wow, we're here. Look at that. YouTube user Jeff Zivkovic says,
one of a Polish. One of them Polish.
A Pole says,
can't trust him.
What? I don't like where this is going. Says 6 years ago, he doesn't play in major keys very often, but man, is it beautiful when he does. And Douglas Quaid responds 5 years ago, so a year later, says, noob question, but what's a major key? And Jeff responds, actually, I'm not totally sure, but my hunch is C or G.
And so it's interesting because he almost got this right. Like, the album is, it's a lot of major chords and a lot of major guide tones.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Most of his chords have major thirds and or major sevenths in them. However, he plays in major chords all the fucking time. He's, in my opinion, actually a very like modal musician. In that, he does a lot of chromatic shredding here and there, but on the whole, most of his stuff is very melodic and very like based on very traditional chords and chord structures, of which most tend to be quite modal. He does a lot of just like major chords, minor chords with nothing but a third, a fifth, and or a seventh at most. He does a lot of like major and minor power chords that have nothing but the tonic or the root and the flat or major third. And I respect that. It makes for good like instrumental music. It's especially if you're layering it with other stuff, it gives a lot of room for like solos and things like that.
That's true.
It makes for
lots of room for solos.
Chunky
big,
rhythms,
long,
easy to palm mute. Like there's a lot of utility in what he does and how he constructs things.
I would say that's pretty true. I like the idea of just understanding the idea of major and minor keys by just being like, yeah, C major, that's a minor, that's a major, that's the major key.
Yeah, or just being like, this music makes me happy, it's in a major key. Or this is sad music, it's in a minor key. Which is kind of true most of the time. But
not exactly.
But it's so much more complicated than that because, in a traditional, like, even a 3-chord blues structure, you have a major, a minor, and a major. And so, or a major and 2 minors a lot of the time. And it's even though the whole thing is in one key, you're employing a lot of different keys there, and you do key changes and shit like that. Like, a lot of stuff goes on in music. And Buckethead's music is pretty diverse and pretty fluid, and it moves a lot for the most part. So
That's true.
Yeah, like saying something's like in a major key, it really depends. I wouldn't really just slap that on any of Buckethead's music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, we had some interesting comments this week.
Did we?
Pike 121 Shaded Ray actually had quite a lot of comments.
Which is interesting because I don't think it had a ton of views even. I think it was only like 15,000 or 20,000 views or something.
Yeah,
like that.
94 comments on one of those. Because there's always like multiple posts of it, but like on one of those posts, 94 comments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Green Robot just gets the heart of everything here and asks, 5 years ago, is Buckethead God?
I mean,
he could be.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would be okay with that. I'd be okay with a bucket deity.
Yeah, I think there's like a British band whose name asks this question the best. They're called
Radiohead,
God or Astronaut, I want to say.
Oh yeah, a God or Buckethead.
Yeah. He could be an astronaut too. He's got the whole. He could be wearing a spacesuit. We don't know.
That
the
is
whole
true.
getup could be a spacesuit, right? That seems like logical. We can't see that he doesn't have like a breathing apparatus.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
This is true. Yeah, I could see him traveling through space, looking like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Space.
Yeah. I guess there's no proof that any of us aren't God.
Or
who knows?
are we all God?
Yeah, maybe we're all God experiencing itself.
Are all we are the youth of the nation.
Wow. I guess they really did say it best, huh?
They really did. Is that
Wow.
POD?
That's POD, yeah. Payable on debt. Death. Payable on death.
Like,
sorry.
KeyBank presents Payable on Debt.
We are overdraft fees. I don't know.
Don't God, I haven't overdrafted in like years. That's weird, right?
I've had a credit union that allowed you to turn it off, and so I was always like, yeah,
That's
of course
awesome.
I'll turn that off. Why would
Alaska
I want
USA?
to do that?
Alaska USA or BCU?
Alaska USA.
What? Oh, wait a second. Oh, that's right, because they had that thing where they'd like basically like put it into like a separate credit account you could pay off. Yeah, okay.
No, mine just didn't have it. I could just like not withdraw money.
Oh, interesting. Okay, that's so it would just deny you.
Mm-hmm.
I can't deny you. I feel so alive.
Wow,
that's what my ATM said to me, and I just fucking overdrafted my ass all through.
That was mid-20s. 2 POD songs. Britt, what is happening? I'm so excited now.
I'm a real POS tonight.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Payable on Seth Putnam.
It's barely a joke.
It really isn't. Don't give that to me. That's not a joke.
Let me lay something on you. It's 2004. You're posting on a bass forum, and your screen name is PodFan420, and what that means is both you're a fan of POD and a fan of the Line 6 Pod series.
No. Yeah, the Line 6 bass pod rack-mounted unit, which guess who owned one?
Yeah, it was
you.
Wait,
I'm sorry. Guess who still owns one?
You should play some POD on that POD.
It's up in Alaska, and like one of the control things, like the switches, like sheared off or something, and so it makes it really hard to fucking deal with. So maybe I should get that fixed and like start using that and Make
can
all my
fix it
music
for
sound
you.
like new metal again. I could fix it myself. That's nothing. That's just literally like soldering a new like control switch. I just have to find the right size.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. POD. Recommended.
What else we got in the bucket void, my dude?
BucketBot says 2 years ago, Buckethead's music, my life's reanimation, perfusion plugged into my cord veins, fluidizing liquid metal for body's revitalization, having purpose, survival into coma state world.
All right, so this is statements from the bucket void, not audio explanations of Alex Gray paintings.
Yeah. This is like the alt text that comes over when you like
This
hover
is,
over it.
This is an explanation of a Tool album cover for the blind.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Yeah, a bold
accessibility we're
statement
doing
here.
right here. This is
Really screaming a lot out there into the world.
This is honestly I'm gonna dub this episode of statements from the bucket void statements from the accessibility void.
Shit.
Hell yeah.
Camilla Puttini, which sounds like a really delicious Italian food.
Mm-hmm.
Poutine.
That sounds like what Kamala Harris calls her pussy.
What? Says
Camilla
just
Puccini? Come on.
Just discovered this pike now. Love it. It's beautiful. It has a Boston type of sound, which really cheered me up. Bucket legend.
So I'm guessing this was for Pike 121 Shaded Ray?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, for the Boston sound. Because, there is a lot of like major chord play in there. At least the first song is definitely, I could see where they're coming from with the Boston sound.
Definitely.
Boston, interesting band.
Interesting band.
They do suck. However, I have an immense amount of respect for their guitarist.
Yeah.
Because
and the shit that he did in like the 70s, he built so that first Boston record was the first major record release that was home recorded. It was recorded in his home studio.
Yes, and also the Boston records are one of the very first records ever where the guitar is recorded DI.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he created his own like basically like DI tube effects thing that he later made into a commercial thing that's like a commercial like kind of headphone guitar amp that's still used like widely by a lot of guitarists. I forget what it's called, but it's fucking amazing and it sounds great and it always has and it always will. But
hell yeah.
Yeah, like mad respect to the guitarist of Boston, but fuck Boston. Their music's dumb as shit.
That first Boston record, they got some bangers on there. They're all right. All right. I'm not super huge about classic rock, but Boston's all right.
I have a certain amount of respect for them, but dude, their music sucks.
YouTube user Tweekend27 shares an issue I think we all deal with.
Everybody's twerking for the Tweekend.
That's the name of the episodes. They say, problem is, I just can't listen to Buckethead. I always gotta play the mouth guitar and imitate every note of every song I listen to. Don't we all?
Yeah.
That's just normal, dude.
Yeah, so the mouth guitar. Is that what you... That's what I call sucking a 6-inch dick, or a 6-string, as I like to call it. Playing the old mouth guitar.
Yeah.
You know,
wouldn't that be more of like a mouth like recorder or like saxophone?
That's giving it a lot of credit, isn't it? 6 inches? Like it's maybe a mouth harmonica or a mouth like kazoo.
Mandolin.
It's not like a Barry sax or anything. It's not like a monster dong or nothing.
Yeah.
No.
That is true.
It's maybe an alto sax at best on the horn scale. If we're comparing horns to dicks.
Horns to
which
horns.
I do often. Yeah, horns to what?
Horns to horns.
I guess that is a horn in a way.
Yeah, I like to think of the dong as a horn. You know? Yeah, the horn rises. As they say.
They don't. They really
They
don't.
definitely say that. Shut up.
Who's they? I'd like to know them so I can never talk to them.
And what else is being said? YouTube user Rizal Nadeem says, "Love from India. You rule, Buck."
Hell yeah. Big love to India.
Yeah.
We love India.
We also love calling Buckethead Buck.
Yeah. Like 100%. Like, oddly, no sarcasm here. Fucking love India. Every Indian person I've ever met in my life fucking rocks. Straight up. Like,
hell yeah.
It's a cool culture. Pretty much there is some toxic religious shit, a lot of toxic religious shit there, but at least like all of the expats. Everywhere. Yeah, at least all of the expats I met, like, God, fucking like Hindus, Hare Krishnas, Sikhs, they're fucking rad, dude. Like, all of them. They're all fucking rad. They're like religion, but in like a cool way. I had a Tamil roommate named Raja when I lived in Colorado, and his mom lived around the area, and she was Hare Krishna. So like on Sundays, like he'd be like, "Hey, you want to get really high and go to the Hare Krishna temple? There's like free food." And like we were poor as fuck, so we're like, "Yeah." So,
as you do.
As we did, and it fucking rocked, dude. Because the thing about like you don't even have to come to the service or anything, because like people will wander in like an hour after the service when they know like food's being served, and you can just like go at any time. They will fucking like Hare Krishna's temples. If you're a vagabond or you're a traveler or you just don't have anywhere to go or anything, you go to one of those places and you're like, "Hey, I'm just like traveling around and I don't have anything." They'll just give you shit. They'll fucking feed you. They'll fucking like give you a room to stay in. They're fucking rad goddamn people. And I've had a couple Sikh customers, and Sikhs are fucking rad, dude. Like, by religion, they always carry a dagger on them.
That's pretty sick. I gotta say, I wasn't prepared for that.
They always have a fucking scimitar, like this cool, awesome curved dagger on them. So their religion mandates a couple weird things, like they can't like cut their hair or beard, really. They can trim it, but like, so they always have to have a turban to tie up their hair. They always have to have their beard, and they always have to have their ceremonial knife. And their ceremonial knife, the religious purpose of it is only ever to be used in commission of helping others. And that's kind of like a big basis of their religion is Sikhs help those. Seek
and destroy.
That might have to be the name of the episode. I like that. Seek and destroy. That's fucking rad, dude. I'm writing that down. Actually, I had... at the end of this, remind me, we need to choose between two titles for the last episode, because we have two of the best titles ever.
That's great.
Keep going, though.
You were talking. You interrupted yourself.
Sikhs rule. All the Indian religions, if done right... Religions done right are fucking cool. The problem is religions are done poorly most of the time.
And like... Even religions done well are abused by bad actors up to no good to achieve their own goals. And that sucks 100%. Too. Religion sucks from a lot of different ways.
Really, everything comes back to the theme song from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. A couple of guys that are up to no good start making trouble
in my neighborhood.
Or your religion, or anywhere. It's really it's usually just a couple of guys, to be honest. The worst things in history, including this podcast, have always been done by two white men.
That's true. That is accurate.
No, it's not. I'm not a man. Fuck you, Spenser. Don't gender.
Fuck. Then walked right into that one.
Boom! Gotcha, bitch. Gender trap.
Shit. Shit. Okay. Anywho. Getting back on track here, Dreo149 says, 1 year ago with the big brain thoughts here, does anyone ever just listen to a Buckethead song and feel like their emotions are going to explode because you aren't sure what you're feeling anymore? Yeah, that's just regular, dude. That's just called depression.
Yeah, no, that's not depression. Your emotions are going to explode. Like, depression is like having no emotions, and you're like,
I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like it can take out a lot of different things. I think that, like, neither of, I see what you mean.
yeah.
I think either of those things can happen to you when you're depressed.
Yeah, they can. I mean, I have a lot of categories of depression because I know a lot of people who deal with it, including maybe me. But honestly, like the strong emotions don't really come from depression. I don't feel they come from either manic depression or mania. Like when you have a rise, when you actually feel something. Like depression is literally the lack of that, the inability to feel things. Fundamentally, like, and
sure.
Within depression, I feel like mostly the only real emotion that comes from it is the rejection of that feeling or the lack thereof. Like the trying to escape that, which, is largely a David Foster Wallace, famous depressed person who hung himself for being depressed, talked about this.
Famous depressed person, David Foster Wallace.
Yeah, infinite depressed.
Yeah.
Infinite pressed. So he famously,
you know what I gotta do? You know, I gotta like take the cover of Infinite Jest and Photoshop it onto like a 7-string guitar and then put Infinite Jest and it's like DGEST.
Infinite Genst.
Yeah.
Or just Infinite Gent, but with like the clouds and shit would be so awesome.
Yeah,
that's actually a great name.
That's
you
a
need
great,
to make that, dude.
I'll make
Infinite
that.
Gent, like that'll fucking land. Yeah, that's good as hell. Tag me on that. That's a collab.
It's a collab. It's pretty good.
But he famously compared depression to being in a burning building, and if you're in a burning building and you have this sense of impending doom, and you see the fire like ravaging the hallway, you feel the smoke in your lungs, and you see two options. You can either jump out the window immediately and end it all, or you can just wait and like have this constant sense of impending doom and just wait for everything to get worse, right? And that's what he compared it to, and he couldn't take that building on fire, and so he jumped out the window and took what a lot of people call the easy way out, but what I call the cool way out.
Yeah, it's a way out, unfortunately we see that happen to quite a few people. A recent anniversary of that was Chester Bennington's death from Lincoln Park.
Gosh.
Yeah.
I should save that bucket joke for later.
Oh, fuck.
It's not what you think,
It
but
better
it does
not be
involve
what I
Chester
think.
Bennington.
User Ivo Luro says something we can all relate to. I don't know how this can happen. Every random Pike I listen is amazing. Mm-hmm. I just choose this one and I get a eargasm. This dude came.
This was on 122 or 123. I hope it was 123.
I think it was 123.
Okay, good. Because this is definitely kind of an eargasm. It's fucking rocks. Like, and I sometimes wonder how. Like, I feel like our perception of Buckethead and his output and these Pikes would very much change had we decided to do this podcast one at a time or randomly.
Yeah.
Like the fact that we're doing them in three Pike blocks contiguously I think like Flavors are understanding of exactly what he's doing here, which I don't think is bad because we actually get like kind of I'd say a more historical perspective on exactly what he was doing at very specific periods of time. You know?
Yeah. Agreed. Pretty weird stuff. Burn P. Nux, I don't know what that means, says, my neck is tired from 10 minutes of nodding to pirate treasure. Nasty!
And neck is tired from nodding for 10 minutes like that?
Yeah,
really?
I'm pretty sure.
That's what gets your... Wow, he would suck as a gay dude, straight up. I mean, no, he wouldn't suck because his neck would get too tired.
The neck would get too tired.
He would be a bullshit motherfucking gay dude.
Yeah, totally. Nick Colby says, I don't need drugs to enjoy this, just to enhance it. I like the idea of just proclaiming, I don't need drugs in the comment section. Is pretty good.
That dude rocks. I love that comment. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That dude rocks the hardest. I'm a hell yeah. I'm going to give that one the hell yeah exclamation point in all caps of the week.
Yeah. Hell yeah. So we're going to do something just a little bit different here. And I'm just doing this because I just want to share this. I think it's funny. And that's why we're going to do it.
That's fair. But you're a partner in this ridiculous venture. You can do whatever you want. And I can edit it out if I need to.
So while I was doing my Tales from the Bucket Void, or Statements from the Bucket Void research today, I got a message on Instagram from one of my followers that says, I don't know if this is meme worthy, but we have an ad on Craigslist for subletting a room at our place here in New York and just got this hilariously batshit response and then sent me a screenshot. I'm going to read to you the screenshot.
Please do.
Okay. I'm going to give this person a fake name. This person that sent this to me did not cut the name out, so we talked about that. I was like, I gotta cut that name out. But let's say their name is Greg Johnson. So they say, hello, how are you today? Saw the ad for the room and wanted to know if the room is still available. I'm Greg Johnson. Pleasure to meet you via email. I'm originally from California, and I've been living in Brooklyn for 3 years now. I do security full-time and can easily cover the rent. I'm fully vaccinated and very clean. I'm respectful and keep to myself. In my private life, I'm active in the swinger lifestyle as a bull to cuckold couples. Cuckolding is a marriage where the husband derives sexual pleasure from watching his wife have sex with a man who has a larger penis. Parentheses, me. As a bull, I'm the third party brought into the cuckold relationship, meant to have sex with the wife while the husband feels both humiliated and turned on while watching his wife be better satisfied. The women in these relationships have a sexual preference for well-hung black men like myself. I'm very, very sorry if I explained too much. I'm just an honest and direct person. I wanted to be direct with you so you could get a better understanding of who I am as a potential roomie. I'm open-minded and all about sex positivity as long as it's safe. Again, I'm deeply sorry for explaining too much. In my private life is too much. I totally understand if you feel uncomfortable. If not, I would love to view the room.
If they didn't rent to him, they're fucking racists, right?
But yeah, that's how that works, probably.
Yeah, no, they're definitely racist.
Well,
I mean, I have issues with this because, yes,
I love the detail put into it, and I love that it just takes a turn. Just like out of nowhere, you're like, well, let me tell you all about cuckolding. All right.
I mean, it is no. So there are inaccuracies with exactly how bullying and cuck culture works exactly. And he definitely has a very specific experience here. But I do feel there is a very specific experience, especially served to black bulls that service white couples.
Yeah, see, that's kind of what I was thinking too. Yeah, it seems very specific.
It is very specific because
let it out.
I know some people who may have bowled several times in their life, and like the big thing a lot of times, the cucker, the male guy who wants to watch their hot wife or partner in general be like fucked.
Yeah.
Just like wants to feel like out of control or out of power, and it really doesn't necessarily have to do with like anything specifically physically, although they do very much look for like people who are just physically like bigger and more powerful than them. But there's a lot of contingencies there, and I feel like he's definitely overgeneralizing. At the same time, there is a general statement to be made about the scene, and a lot of times it is white couples looking to bring like a black dude with a huge dick into the situation. I'd say that's literally 50% of that whole scene. But I don't think you can overgeneralize because that's only 50% of that whole scene.
Nice. Cool. Thanks. Very cool, Britt. Anyways,
I'm just trying to inform the people. All right, I'm here. Thanks for listening to my.
You're an educator.
My TED talk. Yeah. Bum, 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 bum.
The more you know. Speaking of you, here's a statement from the Britain Void. Friday, January 8th at 11:06 a.m. I like that it's so early in the day. You texted me. Do you think?
Wait, what year? This year?
This year, yeah. Okay. This is 2021. This is a recent one. You said, do you think the guy from U2 goes by Edge because he likes to take a long time to come?
That's a legitimate question.
That's a legitimate question. I just wanted the people to know about it. Yeah, it's pretty good. And then a final statement from the Britain Void to close us out today.
Mm-hmm.
July 24th, 2020 at 8:14 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "What does Picard say when he comes?" And then responded to yourself, "Make it blow."
Statements from the Bucket
It's time, huh?
Yeah, it is. Spenser, what do you got to recommend to me this week?
What? It's not how this works.
Yes, it is.
Wait, it is? Oh, shit.
Did you forget the format of
the
show we've been doing for 40 episodes?
I forgot the format.
I guess we've only had this format for 18 episodes, so...
Yeah, I guess that's true. So, I do have a really good recommendation, though.
No, what's up?
So, my recommendation for you is, have you ever heard of the band, the KLF?
I have not, no.
So, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this band, and then recommend that you listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to read a little bit about their Wikipedia to you. The KLF, also known as the Justified Ancients of Moo, the Jams, the Time Lords, and other names, are a British electronic band.
No, I have. The guys who burned $1 million?
In 1987, yes.
I know
the guys
exactly.
That burned $1 million.
No, I had a weird, protracted discussion with someone outside a bar about them. A British God, what was that? Who was that? No, they've been on my radar for a long time. Yeah, Go ahead. I'm sorry. Please read more about them because I find them fascinating. They're awesome.
So they are fucking fascinating. They did a bunch of wild shit. Among that being, and the climax of all of that being, they literally burned £1 million sterling, which is insane.
Like on stage, right? Or something like that?
So they held a big event where they did it. And then they pressed the ashes from it into a brick and filmed the brick for 40 minutes and then aired a video of the brick for 40 minutes and named it Brick. And they've done a bunch of weird art projects.
I think my favorite thing about that is, if I'm not correct, they borrowed against their record contract in order to get that £1 million, and then just basically bounced on their fucking record contract right after that. So
I haven't read much about that incident.
I know for a fact
in one of the interviews,
it was borrowed. It was largely borrowed money.
In one of the interviews, one of the dudes says that was most of their earnings for the whole time they were in the band.
And I guess that would make sense because they were actually pretty successful in the late 80s.
Late 80s, early 90s, they were very successful, extremely successful, actually.
Which is weird that they didn't continue on that.
So, okay, you're getting ahead of, you're getting too ahead. Okay, so we're getting too ahead. Anyways, so they started releasing singles in the late 80s, and they released a bunch of dance and techno music singles that were extremely successful. And then after that,
didn't they have one with the vocalist from Cockatoo Twins or something like that?
I'm not sure. I think that sounds right. So here's one thing they did in collaboration with in collaboration with Extreme Noise Tower. I can't talk. In collaboration with Extreme Noise Terror, the grindcore band.
Yeah, who are awesome.
They attended the Brit Awards in 1992, where they fired machine gun blanks into the audience and dumped a dead sheep at the after-show party.
Yes.
Which was really fucking wild. And so then that was the event in which they announced their retirement from the music industry. So after that, they burned £1 million fucking pounds. Then they deleted their entire back catalog and removed their music from the world.
So I don't really have heroes often, but
these dudes are so fucking badass.
This is the sickest shit. These motherfuckers, what is it about weird British musicians? These motherfuckers and Chumbawamba are the only people I actually look up to in this world at this point. Holy shit. That rules.
Check this out. So the reason I actually recommend this band is because, like I said, they kind of removed their music from the world for a long time. The albums that they released were still out there, obviously, but it wasn't available on streaming. There wasn't any videos of them online or anything until December 31st, 2020, in which the two creators of the KLF, they started re-releasing their old music, and they put up a bunch of their old live videos and stuff.
Yeah.
And I went down a rabbit hole watching their live videos, and they're the most incredible band I've ever seen in my life. I'm not even joking. They're so good.
Awesome. Okay.
I'll send you the videos.
I'm gonna check them out.
When we're done with this, you're just gonna watch them with me because they're so fucking good.
I'm into just the ethos of this. This is if I became famous, this is not outside of the realm, and you know me probably better than anyone but my brother. If I actually got very successul, this is very not outside of the ideas I have to do with my success. I'd be what if I just said fuck it and just burned all my money? And you'd be Britt, you shouldn't do that, but that is on brand.
It is on brand. It is. I would agree. I would say that is definitely something you could do.
That is real anarchist fucking shit right there. That's awesome as fuck.
It is. It is awesome as fuck, and it is real anarchist shit. And so that's why I recommended this band. So go to YouTube, type in the KLF, and watch the videos that come up. That is what I'm telling you, the listener, to do.
What does the KLF stand for?
I don't know, actually.
Yeah. I guess it doesn't actually have anything. Yeah, maybe it doesn't. They already have. Yeah, they have the K Foundation.
Yeah, other shit. But anyways, listen to the KLF. They're fucking sick.
Yeah.
Highly inventive and like truly unique and interesting music too.
I mean,
like the music is
truly-
actually very, very good and rad.
Truly art rock that really puts art before the rock, which I feel is amazing and like really underdone.
Their music videos,
the
which
music world.
you're going to watch here soon, really sell that in a pretty cool way. You'll see what I mean.
I love it. Cool.
But yeah, that band's sick. Britt, what you got to recommend me?
By the way, your LED lights are beginning to make your room look really fucking sick.
Yeah, it looks sick
you're
in here
right,
now, right?
Yeah,
like when it's dark in here, I got it all set up. It's gonna. It
it's
looks
looking
really sick.
cool. Hell yeah.
So
So I will only depending on the time of year, I'm only going to come to your place after 6 p.m. Just so you know.
yeah, so we should be good.
I
The lighting should
can't
be great.
handle like light. It's bullshit. I hate it. Natural light is only for when I'm outdoors. When I'm indoors, natural light is a no-no. It's bad juju, dog.
Hate to see
Bad
it.
juju. So what I'm going to recommend this week is something I talked about earlier. I kind of ruined it for myself, but Neil Hamburger. If you find anything I say in any way humorous, it was informed at one point by Neil Hamburger.
That's true. That is true.
Like you pointed it out to me a while ago, and it's weird because I hadn't listened to Neil Hamburger in probably years at that point. You're making like Neil Hamburger jokes about like metal bands only we care about, and I was like, oh shit, I think I am. Maybe I should listen to Neil Hamburger, and I did, and you are 100% correct. Like that just seeped into my bones, and like there's literally like 2 entire like premises and punchlines that I just accidentally ripped off straight up. Like,
I believe that. Yeah.
But I use like different bands, but like the idea behind everything is just a direct rip off. But you know, it's difficult when you have a specific sense of humor and you find a very specific alternative comedian that fills that need. And that is Neil Hamburger to me. Like,
true that.
He is a king of both character comedy and anti-comedy. And beyond just recommending Neil Hamburger, I would very much recommend the podcast Comedy on Vinyl. And there is a episode, it's been around for like 10 years. And this guy has talked to like hundreds, maybe thousands of comedians at this point about different comedy albums. But there's one specific episode where Greg Turkington talks specifically about character comedy and specifically about Andrew Dice Clay's The Day the Laughter Died.
What? I don't even know what that is.
Honestly, we have to skip that because I have another 30 minutes to talk about that album specifically. It's entirely outside of the opinions I heard on that podcast. Like
Wild.
Andrew Dice Clay is a very interesting character. In my opinion, one of the best character comedies that's ever existed, but a character comedy that I think maybe went too far. And sometimes character comedians, and he's very prototypical of this, sometimes character comedians just become their character and they never come back. And that I think is the case of Andrew Dice Clay. I don't think he was the person his character was before he started doing comedy like that. But after he started doing comedy like that, he became that person, which I think is super interesting. And, you know, there's a lot to be said about identity and, like, becoming who you want to become or, like, willfully being someone who maybe you're not naturally.
Yeah.
I've got a long time on that. But Greg Turkington's ideas on character comedy are much more separative. Like, he gets character comedy in a way I think I do a lot more, to where, like, you can play a person in different layers. In that, Greg Turkington, the person, is very different than Greg Turkington, the character he plays both on Twitter and on cinema at the cinema, which I would so fucking highly recommend, with him and Tim Heidecker.
Yeah,
And-
I watched some of that a while ago and thought it was pretty good, pretty funny.
Oh God, you have to. Spenser. If I can recommend anything, I would recommend. I think the most recent Oscar special they do, in which Greg Turkington dresses up in like full makeup as the second Joker, Jack Nicholson's Joker. It's like 4 hours long, and it's fucking amazing. It will wreck, dude. It's the best character comedy. Him and Tim Heidecker at this point are in like the modern like Andy Kaufmans we have. Like they do character comedy like so far beyond anyone's real understanding of exactly how to blend like your real life personality into the comedy you're doing.
Yeah, that's true.
It's incredible. It's one of those things that, you know, like I'd like to compare it to like a show like Schitt's Creek, because Schitt's Creek is very much character comedy. The writing's very good, but a lot of it isn't written, and a lot of it's like kind of off the cuff, and it's just like these very good actors thinking, what would this character say in this situation? You know, same deal with like Curb Your Enthusiasm. But you know, Schitt's Creek, I think, is even more character-based. And I like that. Like, Schitt's Creek, I haven't finished it yet. I'm only on season 4. Have you finished it?
No. I stopped watching it at some point.
I mean, so
Not for
I
any
started,
particular reason. Like, I was enjoying it. I just
it was,
got
it's
busy
so good.
doing
Yeah,
other stuff.
exactly. And same here. Like, I think I watched up to the point that it was produced, and then I was just waiting for the next season, and I never finished the final season. But you're the reason I started watching that show.
Yeah.
Because you were you're like, hey, you got to check out the show. You're this character on the show, and it's David. And I was like, what? And then I started watching, and I'm like, this dude's annoying. But after like, you know, it's character comedy, so the people are annoying. But it's realistic, because in real life, guess what? People are annoying.
Yeah, that's
and,
true.
Like, I know I have very annoying parts about me, but if you spend enough time around me, I think they become kind of endearing. Much like everyone on Schitt's Creek.
Let's go over
Shut
all
up,
of our
Spenser!
flaws,
I think it's endearing!
Let's go over all of our flaws and defend them to each other. Let's do it.
This
is really good.
I thought we saved this for Festivus, Spenser.
Oh, we should do a Festivus special.
Oh, that would actually be pretty fun. Like, and we do like a feats of strength, so we like have to wrestle over like something.
No, yes, yeah, definitely feats of strength, airing of grievances, like all the shit.
Hell yeah, no,
it's too dark. It would get too extreme.
No, and that's that's what I love about Seinfeld is like in like Festivus too. You know, it's dark. It's like it's the worst parts of humanity made fun of, but. And the thing that I like about it, maybe even more, is I know Jerry Seinfeld is one of the worst parts of humanity.
Definitely.
Like, he's part of, like, the 0.1%. He dated, like, a 16 or 17-year-old in his mid-30s. Like, he's just a weird piece of shit. And he's neurotic, and he's not a good person, but, like, I mean, same with Woody Allen.
Wah, wah.
I find it funny, and like, you know, maybe
find it
that's
kind
where
of sad.
humor comes from is like
the dreams in which
the worst
Woody
people...
Allen's dying are the best I've ever had.
Oh god. What? Wait, what?
Shut up.
I'm sorry. Excuse me, what? No. Go back to this. Are you doing Sad World, but
Mad World? Mad World. Woody Allen dying instead of me dying. Get it? Because haha, a joke.
Are you just repeating a meme you saw? Because
No, I just, that's where my brain goes, dude.
Ah, okay.
It's the wavelength I'm on these days. I'm just vibing. I'm rolling through.
Maybe you should make that meme so I can like restrict it from my face.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
okay.
Sounds good. Oh God, Britt, we're at that time. The time again.
Are we there already?
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha, bucket joke. Ha 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 ha, bucket joke. Ha 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 ha, bucket joke. Ha 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 ha, bucket joke.
So, I texted you about this last night. I think maybe it was today. I'm not sure.
I think it was today.
I think it was today. So last night I took more. I've been trying to drink less, and a big thing about my drinking is like, I have a hard time sleeping, and you can just like pass out. It's just as easy as sleeping. So I try to, I've been drinking a lot of this generic Kroger NyQuil.
What? That sounds like a bad idea. Why?
I mean, not a lot of. I'm not drinking like a bottle of it.
I will say the bottle you showed me does not look like very much has come out of it.
No, and I bought this 2 days ago. So I'm drinking. The dose, the recommended dose is 30 milligrams, maximum 90 milligrams a day. I usually take 45, maybe 60 at most. But I'm not like weirding out on NyQuil, but I took more than I usually do. I took like 60 milligrams yesterday, because I was like, my sleep schedule was kind of fucked up from picking up someone up from the airport a few days ago. So that's my explanation of why I wrote these jokes last night, because I don't specifically remember writing a lot of these jokes. They're just here with like really bad formatting today. And I'm like, some of them I'm like, oh yeah, I remember writing that. I remember like why I thought about that. But some of them I'm like, so I wrote that. I did. I know I did. No one else could have. So like,
oh wow.
Okay. So what's the difference between
the forgotten bucket jokes?
Spenser, can you tell me what's the difference between Van Halen and Van Helsing?
The type of van.
Well, one completed an epic quest to destroy an ancient evil, and the other one is a book and movie character that is not Wolfgang Van Halen.
What?
What's worse than getting a felony on your record?
I don't know.
Getting an Aerosmith record.
That's a very Garfield joke.
What was Jim Morrison's worst release with the Doors?
Oh, fuck. I feel like this is a cum joke.
Definitely the one he made in the bathtub after his bowels evacuated when he overdosed on heroin in Paris in 1971.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. According to the National Fire Protection Association, what is the worst but most preventable form of fire? The arcade fire!
All right.
Why did the Fish concert smell like a fish processing plant?
Because it was at a fish processing plant.
No, because their fans were there. Why is the Red Hot Chili Peppers symbol an asterisk? It's meant to accompany the footnote. Not actually Red Hot. Not actually Chili Peppers. Not actually listenable music.
Wow.
Did you hear Les Claypool just released a new line of mouthwash?
Oh, gross.
It comes in 3 flavors. Spearmint, peppermint, and I have 9 children in my basement.
No.
What do Buckethead's heart and Lars Ulrich's... Sorry, what do Buckethead's heart and Lars Ulrich's drumming have in common?
Oh.
Neither of them is particularly good at staying on beat.
Yikes.
What's the hardest thing about Mondays for Garfield? His enormous, furry cock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Why did the Who bassist John Entwistle insist on only having Diet Pepsi in his green room? Well, he had a Coke problem.
Fuck.
What advice did Robin Williams give Linkin Park vocalist Chester Bennington the last time they met?
Oh, no.
Well, he shared the secret to making the fudgiest brownies by using all yolks instead of whole eggs.
I don't feel right after that.
What did Kiss vocalist and bassist Gene Simmons say to workout guru Richard Simmons when they met backstage on David Letterman?
Oh, no.
He said, "If you're a woman, I would absolutely rape you because I am a serial sexual assaulter. I have no idea why I, Gene Simmons, am admitting this to you, workout guru Richard Simmons, especially right before we are to be interviewed by one of the most popular late-night hosts in the world. However, this fire burns brighter inside of me than anything I've ever felt."
That was beautiful.
What is the worst part about buying animal semen for personal consumption online?
Tell me.
Well, the targeted ads for Maroon 5 merchandise you get from Google AdSense because of it.
Great.
Why does the Red Hot Chili Peppers bassist Flea raise bees on his California estate?
I don't know.
Well, because California taxes farms and agricultural areas differently, so it's essentially a tax avoidance ploy with some mild ecological benefits. It's pretty much just a scam.
Nice.
Morgan Freeman does the same thing.
Nice.
How is Slayer guitarist Kerry King's dick like his solo playing?
Tell me.
Well, it's never been hard, so he just goes as fast as he can and hopes nobody notices when he's finished.
Nice.
Before it was recut to become the show we know as Gene Simmons' Family Jewels, what was the show shot inside Gene Simmons' Beverly Hills mansion featuring his family known as? Exhibit B in his sexual assault trial.
Shit.
All right, we're going to close out with this fun one right here. What do Dimebag Darrell and 2000 film by Steven Soderbergh, Traffic, have in common?
Oh, no. I don't know. I don't want to know.
Both of them were shot on location in Columbus, Ohio.
Bucket joke.
Well, I feel terrible. How are you, Britt?
As good as always.
Tight.
Which is not. I mean, obviously by those jokes, those NyQuil jokes that I wrote. That's the excuse I'm taking because, wow, there's a lot to unpack there. So I'm just gonna burn the suitcase.
Yeah, burn the whole suitcase instead. I'm here for that.
Yeah, that's really the only way to go.
Share your screen with me. Share your screen with me.
God damn it!
Share your screen with me. Go on.
That.
Okay.
Hey.
You should. Can you
What?
the next time you're fucked up on goddamn NyQuil and shit? Can you write a script
Tonight?
for us to do?
What?
A script
A script? What do you mean? Like,
for us, like a skit for us to do on here.
oh, you want me to just like write a sketch?
Yeah, just write a sketch.
I can do that. I mean,
Right,
I already have one that I wrote for me and Scott. That's
I
mean, probably like 15 minutes long.
I want
Actually, it was it's
fucking
written specifically
nonsense
for,
Brit though.
Yeah,
like
it's specifically for me and Scott and Matt Collins, but like I don't know, Scott's kind of. But yeah, I can do that.
yeah, I want nonsense Brit to write some fucking bullshit for
Yeah.
us to do.
Yeah, dude, I've been doing concepts, been working on stuff. I got some ideas.
Write scripts. Do it.
Yeah, yeah. I'll write. The only scripts I'm going to be writing are fake prescriptions for Percocet for myself.
Cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Maybe Xanax too. Xannies and perks, right? That sounds fun.
Sure.
Why not?
Why
Listen.
not?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And before we go, huge appreciation shout out this week to Carm, also known as BBGRRL.666. That's babygirl666 on Instagram for help with editing. Thank you so much. We included the name of someone whose name should not have been included, and you pointed it out to us. Namaste. We appreciate you. This has been Britain.
And this has been Spenser. You've been listening to Gettin Head, a Bucketcast.
Stay greasy, Bucketheads.
Namaste.
Do it to your